Are you looking for some healthier things to cook for your family this year? Then stay tuned because I have a few ideas that you are going to just love. Hey my friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a few healthy meal ideas that you might want to add to your meal planning. It is the first of the second annual monthly themed collab that I co-host with my friend Christy over at Christy's Farmhouse. In these collabs, we have a list of content creators that have also come together with us to create a playlist, and I will have Christy's channel and the playlist linked in the description box below. Every month we brought you a different theme video collab, and this year is going to be the same thing. There may be a few months that differ from what we did last year, so this is one of those months. This month we are doing healthy meals. We're going to start the year off right. So what I have for you are a few healthy meal ideas that, you know, they're easy to make, they're very quick, and they're not so bad for you. So let's go ahead and get into the kitchen and get to cooking.
All right, I just got home from work, and to make it super easy for myself, I am going to make this creamy chicken fajita skillet meal, and it is going to be low carb and healthy, I guess. And like I said, I'm making it easy on myself. I'm not cutting anything up. I'm using frozen onion and pepper blend. I'm using rotisserie chicken, so it's gonna be super easy. So I'm just gonna put these into a skillet, and we like a lot of the veggies. So, and I'm gonna have this recipe linked below, but I'm loosely following it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these started, and I'm gonna put a little bit, it calls for fajita seasoning, but I don't have fajita seasoning, so I'm just using taco seasoning, which is fine. So I'm gonna use that, as well as some pepper, and I'm gonna get this started cooking. And while this is cooking, I'm gonna get my cheese shredded, and I'm gonna get the rotisserie chicken off of the bone, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, so these have cooked pretty thoroughly. Now I'm just gonna add, it calls for tomato sauce. Like I said, I'm making it, you know, how I wanna make it. I've got Rotel, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the Rotel, and the juice from that Rotel is going to deglaze the skillet. So I'm gonna let this cook for a couple minutes. All right, now I'm gonna add my softened cream cheese. And since I wasn't home to let it sit out for long, I went ahead and just put it into the microwave on defrost for about, I don't know, 30 to 45 seconds. So I'm gonna let this get all melted. While this is melting, I also need to add some more taco seasoning or fajita seasoning, the equivalent of a packet. You wanna get that mixed in with that real good too. Now I'm gonna add my 2 cups of shredded rotisserie chicken. And it calls for two breasts to be cooked in here. So I shredded up the whole rotisserie chicken. So I'm gonna get this in here, and it says if it starts to get too thick, you can add chicken broth, but I think I may add some either half and half or heavy whipping cream just to make it creamier, because you can serve this with a few different things. You can either do cauliflower rice, you can do nothing, you can do like a, what's the spaghetti squash like a spaghetti squash. Or you can just, if you don't want it to be keto, if you're not worried about being keto, you can just do regular rice. I actually think that I am going to make a couple of chaffles to put mine over, because I think that sounds really good. And I will show you that in just a second. Let me add some heavy whipping cream, or half and half to this. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a basic chaffle. I actually just did a video for breakfast chaffles, for breakfast meal prep, and so this is just the basic chaffle recipe. Let me get this plugged up. Okay, while that's preheating, you're just going to take 1 egg, go ahead and get that beaten. Okay, then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of almond flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, get that mixed up. For the breakfast chaffles, I used mozzarella cheese, but I'm out because I made a bunch, so I'm just using some Colby Jack. I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of cheese, stir that in, and this 1 egg mixture makes 2 chaffles. All right, so now this is preheated, I guess. All right. And I have a paper towel under here because it can get messy. So I'm gonna put half of the mixture in here. And the almond flour and baking powder helps keep it from tasting eggy. So then you're going to close it, you're going to let it cook for 3 minutes, or if you want it a little crunchier, which I may want it a little crunchier, so I'll cook it maybe a little bit longer. But that's pretty much it.
All 3 of us had this on something different. I had mine on the chaffles, which was very good and very hearty. And my husband didn't have it with anything, and he enjoyed it. And then my son had his with rice, regular rice, and he enjoyed his as well. This was a very good meal and very filling. This healthy dish is called a creamy ground beef and cauliflower rice casserole. So I have my ground beef, and I'm going to cook it in an iron skillet, because once everything's done, I want to put it in the oven under a broil, just so that it can kind of crisp up a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and once I start getting it broken up, I'm going to add, now you can use a medium onion and mince it up yourself, but I'm just going to use my dried minced onion and make it easier on myself. So let me get this chopped up. All right, I have it broken up. So now I'm gonna add my minced onion, if I can get it open. I'm gonna add some minced onion. I'm also gonna add, and I will have the recipe linked in the description box as usual. I'm gonna add some garlic. Now the garlic in the recipe, they say to add it once the cauliflower's cooked, but I'm gonna cook, I just like my meat to be very well seasoned. But now, you know, as far as healthy, when I think healthy, I think of what kind of is my, I guess, tripping point, I guess, when it comes to eating. But carbs is my main problem. So when I think healthy, I think lower in carbs. So that's why the recipes that I'm doing in this video are low carb, because that's kind of where my issue lies, is with the carbs. So anyway, while this continues to brown, I have it on kind of low because I don't want it to cook too fast, because I want to give the minced onions time to rehydrate. And I actually am cooking with a lean ground beef, and I didn't drain it because I knew I would need some moisture for those minced onions. But anyway, I am making it easy on myself, and I bought some riced cauliflower in the frozen section. So I'm gonna get this into the microwave and let it steam. All right, now I have never had riced cauliflower before, so I am hoping this turns out good, because if it does, then this is gonna be a good repeat meal for us. But anyway, I have mixed. Now the recipe has you steaming the cauliflower, like the fresh raw cauliflower, but since I'm using this, I'm gonna go ahead and put the steamed cauliflower in a microwave safe bowl. Then you're going to add 3 ounces of cream cheese. That'll get in there. And mix that until the cream cheese is melted. So I'm going to get this stirred in and get the cream cheese melted. All right, now I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of beef broth, 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, about a teaspoon of tomato paste, some garlic powder, and some salt and pepper. Just won't add that much. Ooh. Let me know in the comments if you have eaten cauliflower rice. Like I said, this will be my first time, so we shall see. I like all the other ingredients, so hopefully this will turn out. Okay, let me scoot you down a little bit, because I'm now gonna add this to my ground beef. Alright, get that mixed in. And I'm gonna let this simmer on low until the rest of that cream cheese has melted, and then the tomato paste has cooked in with all of this. If you want to add more heavy whipping cream to make it a little creamier, you can, which I may do. And then I have on here Colby Jack and mozzarella for topping. All right, it has simmered for about 5 minutes, and I've kind of flattened it out, and so now I'm just gonna add whatever cheese you like. I'm gonna add some Colby Jack. Then I'm add some mozzarella. So I'm gonna stick this under the broil just until the cheese gets nice and bubbly. This is what it looks like out of the oven, and I am so excited to say that this was very good. I have so many recipes that I cook with rice, so this cauliflower rice is going to be a great substitution. This was so good. This last thing I want to show you would be perfect for a quick lunch, or if you're just not that hungry, but you know you need to eat something. I'm making pizza chaffles, and it's basically a basic chaffle recipe that I showed you before, but this time I'm adding about 1/4 teaspoon of garlic and about the same amount of Italian seasoning, and I'm mixing that in with the egg along with the tablespoon of, almond flour and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. But that's basically all you're gonna need for the chaffle portion itself. And I always use the little mini dash mini waffle maker, but if you don't have one of these and you have a regular waffle maker, you can always do the same thing, and instead of just having 2 small chaffles, you'll just have one regular sized waffle sized chaffle. But anyway, I'm just gonna cook these in the waffle iron until both of them are done. And I haven't done it previously, but I did see where it's best to let them cool on a cooling rack, just so they can they do kind of get a little crispy. Then I transfer them over to a cookie sheet, and I have my oven set on broil. So while it's heating up, I'm just gonna put some either marinara or spaghetti sauce. And I have this Prego, and it's not really low sugar, but it's all I had, and I'm not using the full amount, so it's not really as bad. But I'm just putting the marinara on there along with some mozzarella cheese and some pepperoni, and then I stick it under the broiler until the cheese is melted. Now look, is this Papa John's pizza? No, but for somebody that loves pizza, this is a great alternative. I really enjoyed this, and this is great for an easy lunch. There you have it. Let me know if you've ever tried any of these or which ones you want to try. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate you stopping by. And if you love all things homemaking, such as meal ideas, meal planning, home decor, shopping hauls, then I would love it if you would be a part of my YouTube family. Click the subscribe button and click the bell button so you don't miss any of my videos. And also, I would like to thank Christy for once again co-hosting this year-long collab with me. And thank you to all the creators who have taken part in this collaboration. So make sure, don't forget to check out all of their channels, all of their videos, because you're gonna have a ton of healthy meal ideas that you can add to your repertoire at home. If you would like to see some more videos of some great dinner recipes, then check out the box you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.